All right, we've got someone who's struggling to get clear on their offer, and the reason I want to make this video is because most people are struggling to get clear on their offer, and I'm going to use some logic here. I'm going to follow a mental framework that I always follow to help clients get clear on their offer. So this client wrote me a relatively long email about his struggle getting clear on his offer. So he says, I haven't found the right words for this, meaning he doesn't know how to articulate clearly and concisely what he offers. And he says, I use a process called GeoTrend. Pause right away. I don't care about the process, and you shouldn't care about the process either when you're trying to get clear on your offer. And this is the problem 99.9% of the people fall into when they're trying to get clear on their offer. They immediately think about the process. The process, in this case, is called GeoTrend. The process is irrelevant. The process could be eating cupcakes, doing cartwheels, doing backflips, meditating. It doesn't matter what the process is. That's not what you help people with. That's just a tool in your arsenal. It's a tool in your toolkit. It's a tool that you have in your shed full of 100 tools. GeoTrend should just be one tool. It should be almost irrelevant to what it is irrelevant to what you help people with. It's completely irrelevant. So I think a big reason people get stuck on not being able to articulate their offer is because they're so focused on the process. I could delete this altogether and I could use a process called that. It doesn't matter what the process is. It's a distraction from what you're actually helping people with. So although you wrote an email about GeoTrend and what is and how it helps people, blah, 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 which we'll get to, all you need to do is think, I haven't found the right way to word this. And then you say, I help niche, or just to make it even easier for yourself, I'll give you an easier version in just a sec, but I help niche accomplish desire. Okay, easier version is I help people accomplish desire, period. Now, let's say you can fill this out. I help people accomplish desire. To make sure your offer is guaranteed to sell, you take this desire and you make it a highly highly desirable end result. So here's where it gets good. We've just narrowed it down to a few things in life. We've narrowed this down. There aren't many universally applicable, highly desirable end results in life. But that's what you want to go for. You want to aim for a universally applicable, universally attractive, highly desirable end result. So we know, I'll just make up a list of like 5 things that everybody in the world, for the most part, wants. They want more money. They want better relationships. They want to eliminate chronic pain. And not 5, I meant 4, sorry. More money, better relationships, eliminate chronic pain, and they want to be more beautiful. You could break it down into beauty could be like, less fat or more muscle, right? So there's your, if you're gonna do 5, there's your 5. Less fat, more muscle. You want to be bigger, you want to be smaller. Like, how attractive do you want to be? Everybody in the world pretty much wants more money, better relationships / better sex. They want to eliminate chronic pain. They want less fat. They want more muscle, or more tone for the women out there. More tone, whatever. A nicer butt, whatever. It's just, that's why I categorize it into beauty. They want to be more beautiful. That's all. BEA, beautiful. That's all anybody wants globally. Now, sure, there are like a fringe few who want to learn how to become spiritually enlightened by focusing on the third eye as they meditate using Wim Hof. But that's such a small minority that you're better off, rather than marketing to that small group, you're better off marketing to one of these groups and then telling them that the way to get this is through meditating on the third eye using Wim Hof. I'll say that again. Rather than marketing to the people who want to become spiritually enlightened through meditation on the third eye using Wim Hof, market to these people instead, and then tell them the way to get these things, one of these things, pick one, is through becoming enlightened and focusing on the third eye through Wim Hof meditations. You'll make so much more money. So much more money. So it's a perfect example of what we got going on here. I use a process called Geotran. Nobody cares because nobody knows what that is. Instead, you say, I help people blank make more money, have better relationships, better sex, eliminate chronic pain, look and feel more beautiful. That's where you start. Then you say, to do that, I use a process called Geotran. Cool. Now I'm interested. All of a sudden, I'm interested. But until you get me interested, you sound like one of those people who sits down next to you on the bus and starts talking to you about this random thing called Geotran, and like there's no context. It's like total confusion because there's no clear desire at play here. So once you're clear on that desire, you say, to do that, I use a process called Geotran. All of a sudden, Geotran is very interesting. All of a sudden, I'm interested for some reason. I don't know why I'm interested. Well, I do know why. It's because we've got a desire. But when you're talking to people, they won't know why they're interested in Geotran. They're just going to all of a sudden be attracted to Geotran. And the reason they're going to be attracted and interested in Geotran is because you first set the stage by letting them know that you can help them accomplish highly desirable end result. So that's huge tip number one. Never start with your process when you're trying to brainstorm your offer. Start with one of these four things. Which of the four things am I going to help people get? Now you talk about Geotran and how it helps people with their subconscious self-sabotaging blockages. Cool. This is detail that you only need to get into once somebody's like deep inside your program. You see, Geotran is like a hack that allows you to reduce, blah, blah, blah. It sounds like you could use Geotran to do anything. So you said, here are some things I've helped people with. Okay, I've helped people who are extremely judgmental. I've helped people, blah, 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 who want to feel calm and peaceful. Some want to quit being perfectionists. Okay, so here's another tip. You're going to be able to help people with a bunch of things. But the truth is, nobody will straight up be like, you know what? I want to stop being judgmental. Here's $5,000. And until you can find something that's so cut and dry, blatantly, obviously worth $5,000, you're gonna struggle to sell this forever. So just because someone's judgmental doesn't mean they're going to pay $5,000 to get rid of it. Just because someone's a perfectionist doesn't mean they're going to pay $5,000 to get rid of it. However, let's say you say, I help people find their soulmate and have the best sex ever. How do I do that? I help them go from being so judgmental to the point where they're so judgmental they can't even get a girlfriend or a boyfriend. And I help them go from being such a perfectionist that they constantly see flaws in their partner to then eliminating that perfectionism, eliminating that judgmentalness, so that they see beauty in their partner and they see past the flaws. Now we're having better relationships and better sex. See, I just tie it into one of those things. You just tie it back to one of those things. So you can help people with anything, and you can tie it back to one of those four things. Everything ties back to one of those four things. This is like a massive loophole, if you will. There's a loophole where you can pick anything ever. Like, let's say it's pen spinning. You want to help people with pen spinning. Okay, no one's going to pay you $5,000 a pen spin, but people will pay you $5,000 if you tell them that you can help them make more money by pen spinning. Boost their confidence levels so that they can make better YouTube videos, attract better clients. Pen spinning to attract an ideal mate. Pen spinning to eliminate chronic pain because the nerve endings in your fingers, when spun this certain way, signal to the nervous system, signal to the spinal cord to reduce the inflammation in that part of the body. Or pen spinning actually helps make you more beautiful because when you do it with the right posture, it straightens out your spine, and when your spine's straightened out, your skin gets clear, and at the same time, it helps reduce the weight because your appetite goes down because you're so focused on pen spinning. Pen spinning is actually an appetite suppressant. You see, it's just pen spinning just becomes a tool in your arsenal to help them accomplish said result. But you don't go and say, hey, I teach pen spinning, $5,000, please. Nobody will pay $5,000 pen spinning, but everybody in the world will pay $5,000 to make more money, have better relationship, better sex, eliminate chronic pain, be more beautiful. Everybody does currently pay $5,000 to solve those problems, to get those results. So there's 10 more examples. I'm sure there are, and they all tie back to one of those 4 things. So you say, what do I sell? A way to hack your stress, anxiety, and worry so that you can be the person you want to be. I can't take that right. You can't take that right because you didn't start with the right foundation. The right foundation is, which of these 4 do I want to target? And you just target one of them to start, and you make all your marketing around that. Hey, I can help you make more money in your business. I can help you transport your family from paying 40% taxes in America to paying 0% tax in Dubai. Right, it's another way of making more money or saving money. I can help you with better relationships, find your soulmate, fix your marriage, blah, blah, blah. Eliminate chronic pain, lose weight, gain more muscle through this thing called Geotran. So you just pick one and you tie it back to one of those 4 things. So for you, I can't tell you which one to choose. You have to choose the one that resonates with you. But the truth is, you could pick any one of these 4 and it would sell equally well. They all have their pros and cons. I should do a training soon actually on the pros and cons of selling in the money niche, the pros and cons of selling in the relationship niche, the pros and cons of selling in the pain niche, the pros and cons of selling in the weight loss / muscle building niche. They all have pros and cons. They're all like their own superheroes. They all have their own little kryptonite and their own superpowers. But yeah, that's outside of the scope of this video. I'm going to end it right here and just let you know that if you're struggling to get clear on your offer, start by picking one of these 4 things that you want to help people with. And if you're at the point where you're thinking, Ted, I am broke, so I can't help people make money. I am single and I'm forever single. No one wants to get with me and I never have sex, so I can't help people with that. I'm in chronic pain right now and I'm overweight with no muscles right now. So I don't think I can help people with any of these things. You have a couple options, my friend. Number 1 is to begin interviewing people who do have these results, and you just interview a ton of them. You do a summit. I've been parts of summits where the host of the summit is overweight, and the summit is about how to lose weight. That host can sell that summit ticket, no problem, because all these speakers have the results. So you can just interview people who have the results. Second thing you could do is you could take a course or a certification and become certified in a tool that helps people with one of these 4 things, and then you can help them with that. So for example, let's just say, for example, you become the 5 love language, become a 5, I don't know if this is a thing, but a 5 love language certified relationship coach. Then you can start advertising your services to help people with relationships. Do you need to be in a relationship? No, you can still do it. You can still help people with it. Michael Phelps, for example, world's fastest swimmer at a period of time in history. He had 8 gold medals. His coach was so fat that he could hardly swim a length of the pool. Michael Phelps, swim coach. This guy was so overweight that there's no way he could swim. He looks like he lost some weight there. But there was a point where this dude was fat, man. You can see a bit of a gut there. Look at that. You can see a gut coming up. Look at that. Look at those arms, man. This guy's compared to Michael, man. This guy can't swim or shit compared to Michael. Oh, there we go. Look at that. You can see the fat in his face. Point is, he's helped this guy win all the gold medals. You don't need to be a good swimmer to teach him how to swim. In fact, my friend taught me how to backflip last summer. I can backflip now, thanks to my friend. My friend couldn't backflip. He taught me anyway because he could see what I couldn't see. He's like, dude, if you just tuck your knees up, you flip a lot faster. I was like, okay, cool. Boom, done. So that's the other thing you could do. You could just do it anyway. And then lastly, if you really don't resonate with any of these things, you don't want to help people with any of these things, then perhaps you have to accept this fact and move on. And the fact is, perhaps you're not cut out to be a coach or course creator. That's it. If you don't want to help people with any of these 4 things, then you're just not cut out to be a course creator or a coach, or at least not one that gets paid any much money at all. You can still sell the odd course or whatever, but don't think you're going to be extremely successful if you're not picking one of these 4 things. So that's it. Those are your options. All right. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, let me know and I'll make more. Peace. Ciao. Adios.